Taylor would have been great. Do you think like if the draft don't go the way they want, there are some guys out there, but right now the only one I'm thinking is like the one who played for Carolina and the Chargers,
Trey,
and
don't say Trey Turner.
no,
If you,
no, no, that's him. But that's another player that
I will
once
strangle you.
his name got out. Well, no, once his name got out on Twitter, on Vegas Twitter, it was everywhere.
Oh, the hashtag Who Trey.
I really like the Bengals Twitter community. Like more, well, I think it's normal for me to say that, but more than other fan base. Like, I mean, we are really active. Like the um, the Gola Day hashtag, like when trending, like fifth in the world, I think, if I'm not mistaken, number one in the US. That's awesome. Like this kind of energy, we need to encourage that.
We, you're gonna break up my. Um, I love the energy. I love the energy. But listen, young baby boy, Cyril. Um, I'm an old man. I am a really old man. Where was all this
You're not.
energy?
You're not.
Yeah, I'm old enough to remember this clearly. Where was all the energy before Marvin Lewis got there? Where was all this energy? Like I call these, I don't know. See, oh yeah, I'm gonna shut up now. The,
Yeah, let's talk about the draft prospect.
yeah, no, yeah, let's not. Oh my God. This is, I love the energy. I love finding fans. Like I was the kid who got made fun of in high school because I was a Bengals fan. Like just to, I was openly the biggest Bengals fan in my high school, the biggest Bengals fans that I knew. And I could never, the only time I ever saw other Bengals fans like me was at the game, at the stadium, but they weren't around me. So I do love like seeing this stuff on Twitter, but at a certain point, like when you're saying who Trey, yeah, is he good? Like nobody cares that the players are good. They just they and that's kind of frustrating. It's a love and hate relationship I have.
I think it's like right now a new generation. Well, you have the old Ed, like the one who was, yeah, I know, but there is a new generation of fans. Like with Twitter. Twitter is so big right now. Like back at the time, Twitter didn't exist, so this new generation of fans didn't have a moyen de
Uh,
communicate,
a way of communicating,
a way of communicating.
or a way
So
of coming
with
together to find
yeah,
each other. Yes, you're right. I
like
love that.
I like the new day approach. Like
Yeah.
I like it. Like it's a new era. But maybe I'm getting too pumped up with the new jerseys and everything. But I like the way this media team is trending.
Yeah.
I don't know if the team is trending in the right direction. I think so, but we'll see.
Hmm.
I think this draft is crucial to the project, like the new era. If we can get protection for Joe and a weapon for Joe, another weapon, I think we might surprise some people next year. Already next year. I'm optimist. I know.
You're always, and I need that. I need that. Um, I think the old heads. I think we have seen this before. We have seen optimism before, and we have seen optimism with a better coach before. I think the optimism, and I got into a big argument on Twitter because I wrote something negative and it got published.
about about Zach.
No, about no, about the jersey release. It wasn't
Okay.
I didn't think it was negative. And that's the thing. I think it was I said this is awesome. I said I love the fact that the fans are putting pressure on the
The
on the
franchise.
on the franchise, on the organization to change things. But it's not changing the thing that matters. And I said, that's don't, and that it was just, I love the jersey. I love the jerseys. I love, like, I can't wait. I'm gonna order a jersey. I'm gonna get one on. I'm really just crossing my fingers, hoping my wife will buy me one for my birthday. But I love those jerseys, and I can't wait to wear one here. And it's just like, don't forget, we
What really matters.
yeah, we see. You said we're trending in the right direction, and this draft is really important. And I'm just like, there is this big thing looming for me. See, you're French. You came into this fandom. I don't know why. Well, Chad Johnson, TJ. I do know why, but there is something. You weren't a fan the first time where the city had to vote to keep the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. You weren't a fan back then. You weren't in the city where there were politicians in City Hall saying, let the Bengals go, let them go to another city. And we don't want to pay for a franchise, a losing franchise. I remember that clearly because, like I said, I was already a big Bengals fan. And that the Bengals would have left then, it broke my heart. Like, I'm attached to the city. It's like a civic thing as well. Cincinnati Bengals. Dude, 2026. 2026. If you want to see a grown man cry, like this means so much more to me than jerseys or a ring of honor. Or luckily, I only have 6 followers on Twitter, because when they tweeted out the Ring of Honor, I was like, I hope it's not a Ring of Honor for like 6 years or 5. No, for like 5 years.
5 years. 5 years.
And then it'll be a Ring of Honor in another stadium somewhere, in Sacramento Bengals Ring of Honor. Because, and if you think
that sounds like shit.
You might follow the Bengals if they move to San Antonio because you are a Bengals fan. I am everything I'm about is Cincinnati. I love Cincinnati. I love my city. And there are a lot of like fans like you, fans from across the world, fans that come in and out of Cincinnati who might follow the Bengals no matter where they go. But they might leave Cincinnati without an NFL team. And I'm like, if the Bengals don't get good now, immediately, like with Zac Taylor, one of the things I was most scared of when Zac Taylor got hired was, well, first of all, he shouldn't have been hired in the first place. Second of all, what that means, like if this is going to go how I think it's going to go, Cincinnati is going to, like, we had to fight there were politicians who had to fight to keep the team in Cincinnati. There aren't too many people left who are going to fight to keep the team in Cincinnati in 2026. Now, maybe the Brown family would be like, yeah, we'll pay for a new stadium. We'll pay to upgrade the stadium. We'll do all these things. But no, they sold off land right next to the stadium to build the music arena. And I'm like, yeah, like the walls are closing in on the banks. Like what? Like, and this is like, nobody, maybe that means nothing, but if you're selling land, or maybe they're just trying to be nice with the city, so when 2026 comes around, they can work something out, you know.
Might be.
But man, this is scary. Like, if it's San Antonio Bengals, am I going to be a Bengals fan?
I'll be, but it will not have the same ring to it. Like,
yeah,
Cincinnati Bengals. Like, I know.
Or we're like, I need to make friends with a Cleveland Browns fan and ask them, what was it like? Were you a Baltimore Ravens fan? Like when Cleveland left and went to Baltimore?
Yeah, left to Baltimore, yeah.
Were you a Baltimore Ravens fan? And most of them will say no. And like, they have their franchise now, and
because the franchise like changed name and identity and everything. Like, do you think like if the Bengals leave Cincinnati, they will change everything? Or they will still be the Bengals?
Today, if you ask me that question, I will say they will still be the Bengals. And I will say they will still be the Bengals because I don't think because Cleveland, the people of Cleveland, when Baltimore went to Baltimore, they fought and they said you couldn't keep the Browns
The
name.
brand name.
You
Okay.
you can leave, but we're keeping the Browns name and we're going to get a franchise back in Cleveland. I don't see Cincinnati fighting the way Cleveland fought. I just don't see. If I were still in Cincinnati, I would have been at every game. You saw 2019. What did the stadium look like at the end of the year? And then we got the pandemic, so all the stadiums are empty. So now the if we were to fill up the stadium this year, yes, easy, easy. There's momentum. People are talking. Bengals Twitter, like you said, it will be a party, tailgate. It will be so much fun.
We need to go.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. You guys went to Philadelphia. You got to go to Cincinnati as well.
Cincinnati.
But yeah, but I don't. You mean to tell me at the end of the year, Zac Taylor has won 4 games, and we're 4-9 or something? Is the stadium going to be full? Like these are things like you might not like. I think about all the time, and I hear people in Cincinnati, "Oh, the Bengals are awful. Get them out of here. We don't need them." I need them. And so when people get excited about jerseys and stuff, I don't know. That's fine. I love the jerseys. I love the excitement. But man, if we don't start winning fast, and even for Joe Burrow, like this is his second year already. Like time flies. Pretty soon he's going to be coming up on his third year. If we keep Zac Taylor for this year and next year,
I think publicly, Joe Burrow is talking like he's raving about Dak right now. Right, but wait, wait for you to finish. Like Joe Burrow is right now is saying all the right stuff. Like he wanted to beat Cincinnati. Like the Bengals have the perfect team from him. Zach is a really great coach. Do you think like that's politics, or there is some truth uh, in it? Like, does he really think that, or is it just saying all the right thing?
with Joe Burrow, I don't know. What I do know is I'm pretty sure Joe Burrow at some point on the field had to be looking up at the sky from his back and saying, why the hell are we blocking defensive ends with tight ends all the time? At some point, he might be saying all of the right things. He might even believe it. But man, that's a good question. I'm not Joe Burrow. I don't even want to really try to think
Another
of.
another year like that, and it might be thinking otherwise. I I won't say saying otherwise because I don't think it's like if it's built like that. It's like it's more of a I'm taking all of my on my shoulder guy. Then
Right.
he will put the team on his back, so he won't say anything.
Yeah, I think all those guys, well, not all of them. I think a lot of them are saying the right things. I think a lot of them aren't happy, which is why we heard about players being mad, upset. Why are Carlos Dunlap is trying to get out?
Sean Sean, Sean Williams.
Sean Williams. I mean, a lot of those guys were around the winning. A lot of those guys want to keep winning. And I think a lot of those guys look at Zac Taylor and like, yeah, we're not going to win with this dude. And they probably,
But I know what you think about Zac Taylor and everything, but maybe it's the optimistic. But I think like some of those guys were were drafted by Marvin Lewis. They won a lot, but there were some years they lost. They lost a lot too. Like in
Marvin
the
Lewis's
er,
Marvin Lewis's worst year was Zac Taylor's best year so far. Marvin Lewis never had a 2-win season or a 3-win season.
they were not the same team.
No, they absolutely were not the same team. That is correct.
Like in my short period of Bengals Bengals uh, fan living experience, I saw a lot of winning and a lot of losing. Like it it kind of balanced itself. Like I started following the team in 2006, the year after Carson blew out his knee. Like
All right.
2006. and at first we weren't very good. Like we were picking top 10-ish, like every year. I remember the Andre Smith pick, Andre Smith 40-yard dash.
Yeah, everybody.
Uh,
That's hard to forget. I
then we had this run with Andy Dalton and AJ Green like for 5 years. It was amazing. We came so close. It's 2015, the Steelers game.
Yeah, the one that I was crying. I was crying. Made a grown man cry. I was crying. Seriously, I was crying. I couldn't believe it.
I was crying for the AG touchdown. Like when AG
Yeah.
scored and we moved past them on the scoreboard, I was crying. Like and then I can imagine for you like for me it's like I was a fan at it for 5 years. At no 2015. Oh, 10 years. What the
Yeah,
10
dude.
years, 10 years already. Wow. And and for you, a Bengals fan since childhood, I can imagine the feeling. And then it happened. It happened
Right.
like the
Yeah.
fumble and everything.
Bleeping sure.
And since that day, I think things went um, went bad. Like that
Oh
was
yeah.
the end. That was the end. And
That was the end of that run. You are correct. But I think if you want, we can have a new run. We can have a new run. We could have started a new run, but
with Marvin, you
no,
think?
not with Marvin Lewis. Fine, okay, Marvin Lewis. I love him. I love Marvin Lewis. Like you can't say anything bad about Marvin Lewis to me because I lived through the '90s. I lived through Coslet and LeBeau and Shula and just and Shula got chance after chance after chance after chance and just it was awful. And then when Marvin Lewis came in, it was like, oh my God, we're not used to this. And at some point, we got used to winning. And so when we didn't win, it was like, all right, fine. Marvin Lewis had a long time. Yes, he had a long time. Let's move on. Let's get another coach.
I know what you're gonna say.
Dude,
Zac freaking Taylor.
he wasn't even the offensive coordinator. He wasn't even the man standing next to the man standing next to the man. He was like fourth on the list. And the dude who was third on the list, he is now the offensive coordinator in Seattle now. So what must Waldron, that's his name, Waldron. What must Shane Waldron be thinking when Zac Taylor got the Bengals job? Like, what was he thinking? What was Eric Bieniemy thinking? Anybody thinking? Anybody just came out of nowhere. And then there were reports last year that the coaching staff was really arrogant about what they do and how they go about things. I'm like, I didn't believe that report because there was no way they could be arrogant about anything.
I don't think that was Zac. Like
I don't
Turner,
know.
maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. No. Who wanted Turner? Who's bringing in all these coaches who he's worked with before just because he's worked with them?
I think like at first he might have thinking that the job was too big for him, so he wanted to have like known commodities, like people around him, like to reassure him. But I don't know if you have the guts to be an NFL head coach, if you have to take people you know to work with you. Like, it's not a bad thing. Like, if those people are proven commodities, like we see that all the time. Like, coach getting back together, their coach in the past under a head coach. Or I think that's normal to take people you know, but if they bring more than I know them to the franchise, to the organization. You get where I'm going?
Yeah. If you know Jim Turner, you don't bring him into the organization.
No.
But
No.
that so now I'm questioning your judgment for bringing him in. Like that was his like day one. Yeah, I'm gonna bring in Jim Turner. It's like what? No, you're not. Yes, I am. Bleep out of here. Like it's like I know I might not be the best hire, but I'm gonna show you how bad of an hire I am. And I'm gonna bring in a worse hire. You're gonna have to. I constantly say on Twitter to Bengals Twitter because they love the players. They love the players so much, and all the players are great players. and all the great players are nice players. They love them so much. And I say, dear Bengals Twitter, if y'all love the players so much, why don't you want better for the players? Want better for the players.
I agree.
But they don't. They just want to love the players, and we're gonna love them, of course. But I love them. I want them to win. I want them to succeed. I want them to be the best. But we're gonna go out here. We're gonna play hard. And we're gonna love them no matter what. Yes, but it would be nice to win. You're negative. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But we should be talking about the draft, and we've gone on about the. Yeah, man, you got me in my feelings. Je me sens quelque chose parce que là, je suis. Par contre, il faut que par contre, si je parle en français, je peux te dire ce que je pense exactement parce que là, j'en ai marre de Zac Taylor, j'en ai marre de Bengals Twitter, j'en ai marre de tous les gens, les faux culs là qui me. Bon, j'en ai marre là.
Je comprends.
Jeu de mots. Je m'en chase.
En français, je marque Chase.
Je marque Chase. Il faut que je te dise ce qu'elle a dit, Marie. Elle m'a dit, je marre, le marre. Elle a fait une chanson ou quelque chose comme ça. J'ai déjà oublié. One thing I love about Bengals Twitter is, what's his name from Quebec?
Bengals Quebec, I think. No?
Bengals Quebec.
No. Yeah.
Bengals Quebec. I follow somebody in Portuguese who talk about the Bengals, and I follow Twitter handle in Spanish. So I love that part. Like you said, Twitter is I'm able to meet with all these
to connect people.
Yeah, exactly. And so I love that. And one day we'll have to have Bengals Quebec on here as well. We can do something, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard for me to.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
There is the Bengals Friends account, but right now or I haven't seen that it's not that much active right now.
Yeah.
But during the season and at the end, he was tweeting a lot. But right now, I don't know what's going on for him. So
yeah, I follow Bengals Friends.
Yeah,
I saw that too. But yeah, I love that part. I do love. But yeah, I mean, anyway, the draft. We're gonna have to edit this, so I'm gonna have to like put out different parts because I'm sorry, but you got me in my.
Yeah, you will need to cut the J'en ai marre part.
Oh no, I'm keeping that in. I'm keeping that in. No, I get to je peux slapeter un petit peu, non?
Ouais.
Je peux montrer aux gens que je parle vraiment le français.
Oui.
No, but no, I gotta keep all that part. But yeah, if we go back to the draft, I might have to cut some of this stuff out.
To get something. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well,
see you on Thursday.
See you on Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for today. And as always, have a good day, have a great day, have a who day. Marie!
What?
Babe, can you go get me some more Cubanisto? I don't have any more Cubanisto, please.
Pardon? Mais ça va pas ou quoi? Mais va le chercher ton cubanisto. Et lui non? Il est fou, mais je crois pas. Mieux.